So you've probably seen the title of this video and go, oh no, not again. Another game's coming out, hey? How long has it been? Since a year and so? Well, yeah, almost 2 years actually, since what, 2019? But yeah, a new game is coming out, and I figured I might as well go ahead and talk about it real quick. But before I do that, allow me to point out something here that was pretty much kind of glimpsed over. Let me go far back. So back around December of 2020, like near the end when they were going to vacation time and whatnot, I usually scoop around, and me and the other people on Goosebumps usually search around certain things. We came across Pixowl's tweet, which actually said something along this: "Be a part of our team." And then it tells you we're there, we are hiring, and then there's certain things. Game designer for a puzzle game, backup in, animated sprites, blah blah blah. You don't think much of it, right? You kinda think, oh yeah, it's whatever, right? This is what it is. It's just a simple tweet that kinda happened. I mean, this was in January, but I saw the beginning of this was like back in near December. But yeah, they were like advertising for a new tweet and whatnot, and for the longest time, I was wondering what this would be, because I looked on the link provided here. It takes you to I guess it was like a greenhouse. It's one of the pages for online thing, and they were looking for hires, and one of them being the game designer for a puzzle game. And on the description, it said something along the lines of needing someone for a new puzzle game coming out. And I'm like, match 3 puzzle game. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they must have taken what was in Adams with the Garden update and said, hey, let's make this into a full-fledged game. And I was kind of wondering what kind of IP they decided to have. And well, to my surprise, while looking on, the searching around, trying to figure out what I can do for videos, I went into, Pixowl's account side on the Google App Store, and, I came across, this.
Ooh, what is this? I think me find out what this new game is, and it is completely an original IP. Match Island Tropical Escape, huh? Right, so this was the game in what do you call it? This was originally, if I remember correctly, this was something that was like was teased back in January. So I'm glad to see we finally know what this is. So explore and decorate. So it seems like this is normal. Bleed your dream island. So this looks like this is going to be an IP. Interesting. And yeah, this is going to be mostly focusing on the new mechanic, which was introduced in the Adams. Friendship. I might actually look at this to see how this goes, but it seems like, yeah. So this looks like it's Pixar's attempt at having its own IP in that game, kind of like this. So interesting to see. Match Island, huh? Well, I'm kind of curious. Might as well take a look into this. So let's see here. Build Amy's dream city. Looking for an escape. Ready to build your dream city? Then come to Match Island and make the most of your idle time among new friends. Send out in the wild and discover abandoned islands that need your help to become a city. Get to know Amy Smith as she tries her own story among... Yeah, so this is like targeting this type of demographic that we've seen before. Collect unique characters. Alright, so this is interesting. Escape the hustle and bustle city life to build your dream island. Collect unique and lovable characters. Follow Amy's story, self-achievement among new friends. Idle your way into solving relaxing yet challenging match 3 puzzles. Craft wild new receipts with tropical fruits. Let your hair down while you help Amy achieve her dream in the story filled of love, friendship, and realization. Dive headfirst into an untamed land where you build city planner of Amy's new home. Says whatever, blah, 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 blah. Find city builder in your island. Match islands. Alright, so this... Octavian on back in October. Really? It's only until now that I actually saw this being open up. Interesting. So they must have created this idea on here, and it's only until now that they've actually allowed this to go into beta. Wow, interesting. Well, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna test this out. I want to find out what this thing is all about and see if it's actually something new. But yeah, I guess I found out what this new game is.
Yeah, so wouldn't you know it? It's a new game. It's Match Island. This is the official website, as it will. Now, as you probably saw throughout the videos here, it's actually a game that's in soft launch right now in Canada. It's actually was fully soft launched somewhere in March in the beginning of it. And from what I told behind the team, it's something of a game that they want to do on the side. Like, actually, like, because this is its own IP. This is something that Pixowl owns. And I can see why they want to do this and venture off into this, because it's like, hey, they can make money now. They don't have to force on stuff like this. There is a trailer. Currently, right now, it's on a unlisted, but you can go see it. I think they're going to unlist everything as soon as this is officially launched. Now, you could try it now. As far as I know, it's Canada, Australia, UK, maybe UK, but I know Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Those are the three that are in soft launch beta testing right now. So if you live in any of those areas, go on to your system now and download. I'm not sure if it's on the Apple Store, if they allow beta builds to be put up there, but I think they do. It's whatever. So yeah, this is a new game that they're kind of developing here, Match Island. Get your juice flowing with Match Island, a one-of-a-kind game combining city building and Match 3. This is the first of its kind. I know there's other games coming out that's trying to do the same thing, but this is the first one that actually mixes the two game genres together. And I've been playing a bit of it, and I'm kind of intrigued with how it is. Now, the story itself it's weird because it's not really the type of thing you would expect to see me from my channel kind of deal if you've kind of grew up with the spooky stuff. But I guess the reason why I kind of picked my fancy with this game was mostly just because of the storyline. They're always good with that. But the design of it actually stood out to me. If you look at the gameplay here, you notice how the whole concept is basically you going and building your own little island. And if you've like last year, Animal Crossing New Horizons came out. That was a big game, and this basically made me go, oh, man, this is like Animal Crossing New Horizons. Look, there's even an owl over here. That's like bladders, you know? So this gave me Animal Crossing vibes. It also doesn't, like, the artwork really does stand out. Like, you can tell that this is a unique style to them. It also doesn't help that they kind of look like weird, like, it's hard to describe what they look like, but they kind of have a weird Funko Pop look to them. I know that's kind of like a taboo thing to say because a lot of people have different views on Funko Pops, but you can't help it with the black eyes. I mean, Amy's probably the worst of the example of this, but hey, if they ever want to do Funko Pops, I guess it makes it easier, right? But no, that's not the point. The point is, this game, you can tell the kind of audience they're trying to go with here, right? They're kind of going for a certain demographic. Now, as far as how this game will do over time, I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of curious myself. So I figured, you know what? Why not take a look into this? Because I feel like this game in itself seems like a game that would be fun to experiment and play with and see where it lands. Because knowing Pixowl and playing their other games, they seem to have an interest when it comes to building story. And because this is their own IP, this branches out to a lot more different demographics and a lot more interesting topics in a way, just because they're allowed to kind of venture out and do all their other stuff. And hey, you know, maybe the fact that they have birds here, maybe maybe Gale could pop. Okay, I'm just gonna stuff off now. I know they put me in the horror town as a little meme thing here, but yeah, the doubt of me being a playable character, that'll be the day. Man, ooh, yeah. So as of right now, this game is in soft launch, and I'm currently documenting and actually doing stuff like this, and I feel like this is going to be something I would like to advertise and show off. And from what it looks like, they want to do this for at least 4 months, so we're looking at probably around June to July, so just in time for the summer. Get to play in the hot sun and get, you know, like a warm island feeling, just in time for summer. Unless you live in the southern hemisphere, then must suck for you because it's Christmas time down there. But yeah, this is the gist of it. Match Island. This is a unique, interesting game that combines two different elements, and eventually when we get into the atoms, when we get to the gardening club, you'll get to see the memes with that one and the mechanic of the match 3. Oh boy. The way they handled it with this game is quite interesting, and I can't wait to talk about it. Of course, this is beta testing we're talking about here, so who knows what it's going to be like in the full release. It seems like they're also going to be doing a test event, maybe. Kind of reminds me back in Horror Town where they kind of did the same thing where they released it early and then did a test event probably around the same time in Easter. I'm not sure if it's going to be on time though, but hey, I'm going to record that too, and we'll see what happens because this game looks interesting to me and it might look interesting to you, so I don't know. Let me know down below. What do you think of this? Do you find it interesting enough? And it's a bit buggy, but you know, it's in soft launch, so it's not fully released yet. But it's a game that I might want to look into, just because the story and okay, when I do the first few episodes, you'll see what I mean by this, because this has potential to be meme-worthy in its own little right. And again, my little channel is a bit of a mixed bag. I tend to like different things, and although I'm not avoiding the Goosebumps because that is going to be hard, it's part of me and my heart in the community, so it's still going to be Goosebumps stuff. But there's not a lot to talk about with Goosebumps. I mean, just tell Scholastic to make video games that's actually good. Please. Something. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to make some interesting topics. If you've seen my other videos and memes and stuff, you'll probably like this. I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible because that's my job. But yeah, let's see what happens. Down below in your comments what you're thinking of this, and yeah, we'll find our adventures a while. Until then, we'll find a catchphrase for this series. But bye bye.